Welcome back to Video Vault 5, presented by 650 Gold. I'm Leon Bibb, along with news videographer and station archivist Tom Livingston.
You know, Leon, it wouldn't be a Yuletide holiday in Cleveland without Christmas parades. And going back to the 1960s, one of the biggest always occurred in Maple Heights.
It was called the Southgate USA Christmas Parade. Here's reporter Jay Backus in Chopper 5, high over the parade in 1979.
Had the cold rain only been snow, the weather would have been perfect for a Christmas parade. The snow will come soon enough, but the Christmas shopping season has begun, and its arrival was heralded this afternoon with the annual Southgate Christmas Parade in Maple Heights. It is one of the biggest parades of the year in the Cleveland area, right up there with the Puerto Rican Friendly Day celebration and the Murray Hill Assumption Parade. Of course, the Southgate Parade is the biggest Christmas time event in the Cleveland area.
Wishing you happy shopping and much better weather than we had for the parade this afternoon, and wishing you short lines at the checkout counter. I'm Jay Backus, a few hundred feet over the Southgate Christmas Parade in Chopper 5.
The annual event was born in the early 1970s as a creative holiday promotion by Southgate. Free Santa Claus buttons were passed out to everyone who showed up. Each year on the Sunday before Thanksgiving, the festive parade weaved its way through the shopping center. Thousands attended.
Ted Knight, who played the role of Ted Baxter on the Mary Tyler Moore Show and did commercials for Southgate, even served as Grand Marshal on the parade on occasion. And here's Hollywood movie star Halle Berry, then 19 years old, in all her glory as a Miss Teenage All-American.
TV5 personalities and vehicles, like the Action Cam, were often participants in the parade too. Here's TV5 news anchor Dave Patterson cruising the parade route in a sleek white Corvette. Nice wheels, Dave.
And here's former TV5 anchor Wilma Smith atop a large decorated parade float waving to the crowd. And here's a shot of anchor Lou Maglio as he rode down the street in a shiny red Mustang.
Oh, and then there was poor TV5 weatherman Mark Kuntz, who must not have been a parade favorite. They made him ride in a tiny little golf cart. Too bad, Mark. That's showbiz, I guess. And, you know, poor Mark. I mean, he not only does he get a golf cart to ride the parade in, but when he landed in the helicopter, those kids were more interested in waving at the TV camera than they were meeting Mark Kuntz. So.
Well, I'll tell you, when I was the Grand Marshal of that parade, I didn't have a golf cart. I had a convertible.
Nice.
And I dressed up for winter time because it was the Christmas parade. Rained like crazy in the convertible, and here I am sitting in a puddle of water, soaking it up in a wool overcoat. What a day that was. But it was a lot of fun at the Southgate USA.
And it was nice to see Halle Berry, and you know Halle.
I know Halle Berry because when she was Miss Teenage, whatever she was, Miss Teenage here in Cleveland, we got together for at Channel 3 in those days for what was called the fall preview, where we roll out the new shows for the season, and we have a big soiree, a big dinner, and she's there as Miss Teenage whatever, and they say, well, Halle, why don't you just sit with Leon? So I sat with Halle Berry that evening. We had dinner together. She was, what, 18 years old, something like that.
And people didn't believe that you knew her.
Yeah, and when we talk on do interviews, satellite interviews from here at Channel 5, I'll talk to her in Hollywood, and I'll say simply, hi, Halle, it's Leon in Cleveland. And she'll say, oh, hi, Leon, how are you? And everybody looks at me.
You catch up.
I said, we go back a long way. Oh, I want to tell you, it was a lot of fun. I thought about that looking at the Southgate Parade with Halle Berry right there as being greatly involved in that. Well, let's talk about, along with Southgate, downtown Cleveland has seen its share of Yuletide traditions, too. Well, here's some memories of Cleveland Christmases past.
Here's some film we found from 1959 and 1960. It's not unlike scenes from the Christmas Story movie we showed you a few minutes ago. And who could forget those amazing department store window displays that awed children and adults alike?
And then there was the hustle and bustle of downtown holiday shoppers. Thousands crammed Euclid Avenue sidewalks, scurrying from store to store in the biting chill of the December air.
And we can't forget those enormous, elaborate Christmas trees that used to adorn the Sterling Lindner department store. And again, there's this film I found. Again, not unlike the department store scene from the Christmas Story movie. Get this, Santa was in a spaceship. So rather than sitting on Santa's lap, kids climbed onto a rocket and flew up to Santa. And when they got close, they could talk to him ship to ship with a handy two-way radio. How's that for marketing?
And then there was the annual lighting ceremony on Public Square. That's Grammy Award-winning singer Johnny Mathis on hand to sing everybody into the holiday season. From that lighting ceremony on Public Square in 1960, we fast forward in time some 25 years to another lighting ceremony, same location, in the middle 80s, brought to you by Ted Henry and Lou Maglio.
We turned the holiday lights on just a short time ago on Public Square. Lou Maglio was watching, and he's back now to show us one more time, in case you missed it, at, 5:47, as I recall you said they were turned on.
5:47 exactly. Well, what do you think, Ted? What do you think about our city and lights? It looks mighty nice, mighty fine. There's a lot of the people that came down here for the lighting ceremonies are still down here. They expected about 15,000 people down here for the lighting ceremonies this year. I think they achieved that number. Maybe they got even more than that. It was gridlock. People just about everywhere. You could hardly move down here on the square for about an hour between 5 and 6 o'clock. The weather kind of nice, brisk, but it puts you in the mood for the holidays. Now, I want to take you back in time, not very far, just actually a few minutes to exactly 5:47 tonight. We can roll that videotape. We'll show you what happened down here on the square. It was quite a sight. Care Bears everywhere, 8-foot tall Care Bears along with lighted wreaths. It's hard to miss some 11-foot high candy canes. All of our favorite holiday people are here somewhere in the crowd as well. People like Santa Claus, the Nutcracker, Mr. Jingling, the Mouse King, and Maria.
The Care Bear show was a big reason so many came to Public Square in those days. Their state-of-the-art laser light show on the sides of downtown buildings drew oohs and ahs from young and old alike. You know, a story about Christmas lightings here at Channel 5, kind of an inside story, was we always missed the Christmas lighting. You know, it would be on during 5 or 6 o'clock, and it always seemed to happen in a commercial break. So one year, they decided, let's organize it with the people who are lighting it. So they had it all set up. They had the time, and we were going to cue them when we were coming out of a commercial break. So it was all set. They're giving the countdown, 5, 4, 3, and you see this Public Square with all the dark lights.
Yeah.
The cameraman zoomed into the switch. It was a phony switch. It was just a demonstration when the mayor threw the switch. So another year, we didn't see the lighting.
And when the lights came on, we were looking at a switch.
Right, and then when it came back out, we missed it again.
And coming up next, it's two very familiar songs you grew up with. We'll get that cold, cold juice in the tank truck caboose, fresh from the Florida sun, all the way up here to Cleveland on that nonstop Lawson run.
And we'll remember the man on Halley's 7th floor. We'll be looking for you to turn the key.
And don't forget, you can see more than 100 vintage clips on our Video Vault page at newsnet5.com.
We'll be right back.
See dozens of vintage clips from decades of News Channel 5 programming. Go to newsnet5.com/Cleveland Video Vault 5. Presented by 650 Gold.